Thattekad Bird Sanctuary has been the place I've heard since a long time. This trip was truly a pilgrimage to the paradise of birds in Kerala. Spotting unique birds like the frogmouth made it especially memorable. But this wasn't just a forest walk. We actually stayed inside the Thattekad forest at the watchtower. At night, simply flashing a torchlight from the balcony revealed nocturnal birds. One rare creature we spotted was the slender loris. The next morning, we went on a short trek and saw more birds. A boat came to pick us up, and we returned to Thattekad in the same boat. What a way to end a bird-filled boat-backed adventure, isn't it? So, let's start our journey to this forest. At the entrance of Thattekad Bird Sanctuary, there's a reception and a ticket counter. Since we had booked the watchtower, we had to show our booking details here before heading into the forest. Note, you cannot book your stay package online, you'll have to call them. However, if you're only trekking and not staying overnight, there is no need to book in advance. Just pay at the counter. One thing to note is that they do not accept cash. Only card or UPI payments are allowed. To reach the watchtower, one side of the trip can be made by jeep and the return can be by a boat. Since it felt more immersive to walk through the forest and watch the birds, we decided to walk. This is the forest gate, from where we began our guided walk through the Thattekad. As we walked surrounded by bird sounds, the first one we saw was the Asian fairy bluebird. These beautiful birds are commonly spotted in tree-filled forests like Thattekad. The males have bright blue feathers, whereas the females are more of a greenish blue. Perched on a less leafy tree, we saw a grey hornbill. While great Indian hornbills are rare, grey hornbills can be commonly seen. Our trip was on the April 2nd week. The peak bird mating season is from February to March, and by April, most birds have already nested and started laying eggs. We also spotted the greater racket-tailed rongo, known for its ability to mimic the calls of other birds. They have two long feather extensions at the tail. Thattekad forest is a home to 3 different types and many other types of drongos. For those visiting to watch the birds, it's important to know the best season, from November to March, with December being the best month to spot a wide variety of species. Regardless of the season, the forest is always lush and green. As for animals, the forest is a home to elephants, sambar deers, and even gaurs. Since the forest is dense, animals are harder to spot. It is a small forest, just 25 square kilometers in area, and you could explore most of it within 2-3 days of dedicated trekking. For those not staying overnight, trekking packages range from 230 rupees to 1500 rupees. The longest trek is the border hiking trek, which costs 1500 per person with a minimum of 2 participants. However, the most popular is the frogmouth trail, which costs 460 rupees for 2 people. Most visitors come to see the frogmouth birds, and Thattekad is one of the best places for that. We also went on this trail hoping to spot them. Hidden among the dry leaves, we found the elusive frogmouth. These birds remain extremely still, making them hard to spot. We found both a male and a female, though they keep their eyes closed during the day. They slightly open them in response to our movement. These Sri Lankan frogmouths were once thought to be extinct, as they had not been seen for a very long time. Eventually, they were rediscovered in Thattekad, blending perfectly among dry leaves and tree bark, making them very difficult to find. Hence, the mistaken belief of extinction came into. Spotting these birds is nearly impossible without an experienced guide. They usually perch on a single branch, and even slight disturbance like wind or elephants passing by can scare them away. Their elusive nature makes them hard to find again once disturbed. Deeper in the forest, the Malabar giant squirrel could be heard making loud warning calls, alerting others of any danger, such as tigers or humans. These squirrels are also seen as enemies by nearby farmers because they eat and destroy the crops. But here, they look innocent, relaxing on a tree branch, don't they? We then spotted the Tickle's blue flycatcher, a beautiful bird often seen in Thattekad. With its vibrant blue color and constant calls, this bird is a part of a large family of species. After walking a short distance, we reached the watchtower where we were staying. It's fenced off with an electric barrier for safety purposes. Although it's a small forest, its connection to the Mamalakandam forest area means elephants often wander into the zone. After the fence, there's a small bridge, and beyond that, a bit of a walk brings you to the tower. The area up to the fence is accessible by jeep. This is the watchtower where we were staying. It's located deep within the forest beside the Periyar River. The tower has 3 floors, a dining area on the ground, accommodation for the guide on the middle floor, and the guest rooms on the top. During monsoon, the water level rises dramatically. Just by sitting at this watchtower, you can see a few water birds like this. Our room was decent and could accommodate 3 people, though only 2 are officially allowed. After settling in back before sunset, we went for a short walk and saw something extraordinary. Black-naped monarchs nesting. The male with a black ring around its neck and a black patch on the back of its head was guarding the nest. The female, without these markings, was slightly larger. They take turns incubating the eggs, and we waited an hour to observe the switch. Their nest was made in a delicate branch and decorated with spider webs, which is a key identifier for this bird's nest. These nests are at a risk of being raided by other animals due to their low positions. After the male bird sat for a while, the female just flew in. Now the male will go in search of food and come back. After sunset, we returned to our room. We even saw ducks wading in the water in front of the watchtower. Though the room had an attached bathroom, it was a bit cramped, and essentials like towels and soap weren't provided, so we had to bring our own. After freshening up, we went for dinner. We had brought some food with us. Since meals are not included in the stay package, the guide helped heat it up. After dinner, we walked around the watchtower shining torches. Thattekad is known for the night birds. That is when we spotted the brown-fish owl, usually seen near the rivers or ponds. This is a species of owl known as the brown-fish owl. Its large, round eyes can look intimidating, but its main diet consists of fish and crabs. This here is the Indian scops owl. It's quite small, but as it grows, its ear tufts develop and start to resemble thorns. These owls nest and lay eggs in trees, and they come out at night to hunt for food. This is the brown bubok. We spotted it at night in the Aripa forest. These birds didn't come out in front of us to be seen. We had to carefully watch for them by shining a torch throughout the night. But more than the birds, I was fascinated by a creature called the Slender loris. This animal is extremely rare and found in the forests of South India and Sri Lanka. It comes out only at night and quickly hides at the slightest sound, making it very beautiful to spot. It is also difficult to spot at night. It's about the size of a large rat and moves very slowly, usually staying in trees. During the day, they hide among bamboo clusters or thick branches, so you won't see them during the morning trek. Though hard to spot, they are present in many forests. This is the nightjar, a bird commonly found in most forests. It is usually seen resting on low branches or on the ground. Their diet mainly consists of small insects and butterflies. We saw a lot of birds. I never expected to see so many night birds. I'm sure you wouldn't expect to see this many in a single day either. I was able to spot all of this over 2 days. Around midnight, we returned to our room, got a little sleep, and woke up early in the morning for trek, which is the best time to spot birds. In this forest stay, since Airtel and BSNL gets 1 or 2 signal bars, there is no problem for urgent communications. The lesser whistling duck returned yesterday evening at sunset. Look, it has already gone out in search of food this morning. This is the whiskered tern. While many other terns are migratory birds, these are generally found in the same region. In Thattekad, they are commonly seen along the river banks. You may also notice slight variations in plumage color among individuals of the same species. After a cup of tea in the morning, we went for a walk before the sun got too bright. Walking through the forest at that time was really pleasant. The greenery remains even during summer, which adds to the beauty. We saw an Asian brown flycatcher, a tiny bird, yet so beautiful. We watched it pick up a worm from the branch where it had perched. Though small in size, it travels great distance all the way to Sri Lanka and Indonesia. In a way, the stories of birds are more fascinating than those of animals. Elephants and tigers may spend their whole lives in one place, but with birds, it's hard to even imagine the journeys they undertake. It's much more difficult to capture birds on camera than animals. Even a slight sound will make them fly away. With animals, we can often follow them and take pictures, but once a bird flies off, it's hard to get another chance. When photographing animals, I usually don't need a tripod, but for birds, a tripod is very essential. I have added the links to the lightweight tripod I have used, along with the torch we used for night spotting, in the description below. Speaking of bird diversity, India is home to 1,393 different bird species, and 84 of them are found only in India. Birds like the hornbill and grey jungle fowl are exclusive to this region. For those planning to book a stay, here's some useful information. The Forest Department offers two types of accommodations: a watchtower and a treehouse. Among the two, the watchtower stay is better. The treehouse has limited facilities. Although it can accommodate 6 people, the rooms are congested and not very clean either. Also, there are houses and a road right behind the treehouse, so you don't really get the feeling of staying inside a forest. The best season for bird watching is from November to March, especially to spot migratory birds. Birding isn't just about seeing birds, it gives a sense of peace and calm. As you search for birds, you start to feel that unique vibe. Each bird has its own behavior and lifestyle, and observing them closely is truly different and rewarding experience. This is the common tailor bird. It stitches leaves together using a plant fibers or spider silk to create its nest. By saving the edges of the leaves, it forms a cradle where it builds its nest inside. This is the flame-throated bulbul. I'm hearing the names of some of these birds for the very first time. This is a type of a lizard that belongs to the Calotus genus. It's a male identified by the bright red color on its head. Look at it, a handsome lizard sitting proudly. He was even trying to impress a nearby female. At first, the way the female looked, it seemed like she wasn't interested. But in the end, she did fall for him. The forest lizards are very common, but there are many types with different shapes and sizes. Most of them go by different names. The most commonly seen one in our villages is the garden lizard. On the nearby tree branch, there's a Sri Lankan frogmouth. It had been sitting there observing everything, but during the day, their eyesight is weak. In places like Thattekad and the Western Ghats, they often hide among the thick upper branches, which is why they are rarely seen. Interestingly, the first Sri Lankan frogmouth census in India was conducted right here in Thattekad Bird Sanctuary. During the April census, although the official number wasn't announced, our guide mentioned that around 200 individuals were recorded. This is the Malabar male Trogon. When it is not fully matured, the red on its body is dull, but once it matures, it becomes bright red. Next to it is the female. She has yellow on the underside and grey on the top. These birds are not seen in villages. They are found only in thickest of forests. The Thattekad Bird Sanctuary was established in 1983. It is also known as Dr. Salim Ali Bird Sanctuary, named after the renowned ornithologist who discovered many bird species in here and played a major role in creating this sanctuary. The nearest town to Thattekad is Kodamangalam, which is about 12 kilometers away. From Aluva railway station, it's around 45 kilometers to reach Thattekad. Public transportation is not at all a problem. There are regular buses from Kodamangalam to the sanctuary. After our peaceful morning walk and spotting a few birds along the way, we reached the watchtower. There are steps built here to get into the water, so you can even take a bath if you like. During the rainy season, when the nearby dam is opened, the water from this reservoir drains out, transforming the area into a lush grassland, a beautiful sight to behold. We had walked to the watchtower yesterday, but today we are returning by boat, and there it is waiting for us. We have checked out from the watchtower after seeing many birds and fully enjoying the forest ambience. If you're planning to stay, the watchtower is a very good option. It gives a nice jungle experience. But since it's deep inside the forest, there is no open view. It feels like you have been enclosed in the wild, which is a unique feeling itself. The stay is suitable for 2 people, and including the guided trek, it costs around 2,500, which is totally worth it. Thattekad is not just for bird watchers, it is also a great place for families to enjoy, thanks to activities like boating. And with that, we've reached Thattekad. Our vehicle is parked nearby at the boarding point. So this is Thattekad forest story, which comes to an end. See you in the next forest adventure.